Hello friends, I am Dr. Harsha Suryavanshi, Assistant Professor from Sri Shivaji Law College, Parbhani, Maharashtra. In this video, we are going to discuss the provisions regarding appearance and non-appearance of parties laid down in Order 9 of Civil Procedure Code. Now let us see what are the consequences of non-appearance of parties. In the previous video, we have seen that according to Rule 11, when there are two or more defendants and one or more of them appear and others do not appear, in such situation, the court may make such order about absent defendant as the court thinks fit. That means the court may dismiss the suit or court may pass an ex parte decree. Now, when the court will dismiss a suit in case of non-appearance of parties? According to Rule 2, where summons is not served to the defendant due to plaintiff's failure to pay the cost of summons or plaintiff's failure to provide copies of plaint, in such situation, the court may dismiss the suit. According to Rule 3, when neither party appears on the day fixed for hearing, the court may make an order that the suit be dismissed. Rule 5 deals with dismissal of suit where plaintiff fails to apply for fresh summons if the first or previous summons returns unserved. According to Rule 5, if the first summons on the defendant is returned unserved and the plaintiff fails to apply for a fresh summons within 7 days, in such situation, the court will dismiss the suit against the defendant. However, if the plaintiff satisfies the court that the plaintiff failed in spite of his best efforts to discover the residence of the defendant, or the defendant is avoiding service of process, or for any other sufficient cause for extension of time, the court may extend time to the defendant instead of dismissing the suit. Now, what are the remedies that are available to the party against whom or party for whose claim is dismissed by the court? Rule 4 says that plaintiff may bring fresh suit or court may restore suit to file. Whereas some suit is dismissed under Rule 2 or 3, the plaintiff may bring a fresh suit or he may apply for an order to set aside dismissal. If he satisfies the court that there was sufficient cause for such failure or his non-appearance, the court shall make an order setting aside the dismissal and the court shall appoint a day for proceeding with the suit. Rule 9 speaks about decree against plaintiff by default. Rule 9 says that when a suit is wholly or partly dismissed due to non-appearance of plaintiff, the plaintiff shall be precluded or prohibited from bringing a fresh suit in respect of the same cause of action. But such plaintiff may apply for an order to set aside the dismissal. And if he satisfies the court that there was sufficient cause for his non-appearance, the court shall make an order setting aside the dismissal. The court may impose terms and conditions about costs or otherwise, and the court shall fix or appoint a day for proceeding with the suit. Now let us see ex parte decree. What is ex parte decree? A decree passed in the absence of defendant, that is in absentee, is known as ex parte decree. Ex parte decree is neither null nor void. Even it is not inoperative, but it is voidable. And it can be annulled on legal and valid grounds. The ex parte decree is proper, lawful, and operative like a bi-party decree, and it has all force of valid decree. That means a decree which is passed in absence of defendant can be executed well like an ordinary decree. Now, what are the remedies against ex parte decree? Order 9, Rule 13 speaks about remedies for the defendant. A defendant against whom ex parte decree has been passed. The defendant may make application for setting aside ex parte decree. And in order to succeed, the defendant shall satisfy the court that summons was not duly served or he was prevented by sufficient cause from appearing when the suit was called out for hearing. Thus, if the defendant satisfies the court that the summons was not duly served on him, the court must set aside ex parte decree passed against him. This is one remedy that is available under Rule 13 of Order 9. Against ex parte decree, the defendant may also prefer an appeal according to Section 96, Clause 2, or he may file a revision under Section 115 of the Code if he does not prefer to make an appeal. He can also apply for review under Order 47 and Rule 1 of Order 47. Or he can also file a suit on the ground of fraud. In the whole video, we have been discussing about sufficient cause. Now let us see the examples of instances or circumstances that are held to be sufficient, amounting to sufficient cause, as well as instances that have been held not sufficient. Bona fide mistake as to the date of hearing can be a sufficient cause for parties to the suit. Similarly, if a train arrives late, it is a sufficient cause. If the counsel is sick, in such situation, the party to the suit may apply, and that is a good cause or sufficient cause. If opposite party has committed any fraud, that is also an instance of sufficient cause. Similarly, if the pleader makes a mistake in noting down wrong date in the diary, it is a case of sufficient cause. Now let us see what are the instances or circumstances of not sufficient cause. Simply making a statement that wrong date was noted in the diary is not sufficient. One will have to prove that there was a mistake of pleader in noting down wrong date in the diary. Negligence of party is not sufficient cause. If the counsel is busy in some other court, in such situation also it is not sufficient cause. If the suit is valued at a higher valuation, it is not a sufficient cause. If party or pleader is not taking part in the proceedings, even though they are present before the court, it is not case of sufficient cause. Now let us see what is the judicial approach towards sufficient cause and dismissal, remedies against dismissal or ex parte decrees. In Dayalmal versus Narayan Das, the court has held that some litigants are apt to be unpunctual, and for this they must suffer condign punishment. However, on the other hand, there are some judges who are prone to inconsiderate haste and they are unseemly impatient. This is the fault in which all the judges should be very careful not to fall. It means if the litigants are not punctual, the court can impose punishment on them, but that punishment shall not at all be necessarily dismissal of the suit or ex parte decree. The court can proceed with other remedies that are provided in the code. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much.